I'm Sharon Stanley, Assistant Professor, PG Department of English, Don Bosco College, Kotti. This is the third lecture of the paper History of English Language, Semester 4. Lecture 3 discusses topics such as language families, Indo European family, and Eastern group of the Indo European family. In the last two lectures, we discussed human language and its characteristics, and then we compared animal communication and human communication system. In this lecture, firstly we discussed the topic language families. Modern linguistic research has shown that languages can be grouped into families, and that many which now appear widely different in vocabulary, pronunciation, grammar, etc. But they are traceable to a common ancestor. These languages have grown by a process of continuous change out of a single original language. When two languages have evolved in this way from single earlier language, we can say that they are related. Dear students, or we can say that the process of divergent development from a single original language leading to the formation of new languages has given rise to groups of related languages or language families. For example, Hamitic, Semitic, Ural Altaic, and Indo European are examples of such language families. You know, the title of our paper is The History of English Language. So, we should have a thorough study of English language. So, here I am going to teach you Indo-European family because English language has originated from Indo-European family. Okay. Indo-European is one of the four major families of languages. Indo-European was spoken about 3000 to 3500 BC by the nomadic tribes of Central Asia who wandered in the lands around the Black Sea. In the course of time, these tribes split up and immigrated in different directions across the continent of Eurasia in search of new pastures and arable land. Consequently, several different dialects of the parent language arose. Here the parent language is Indo-European, later developing into independent languages. Sanskrit in the east and Latin in the west were among the earliest to exist as independent languages. They retain, that means Sanskrit and Latin retain most faithfully the features of the parent Indo-European language. Then the Indo-European family, it includes 8 branches, each of which has several subdivisions. The 8 branches of the Indo-European family have generally been divided into 2 groups, the Satem or Eastern group and the Kentum or Western group. The term Kentum can also be pronounced as Centum. Dear students, let's discuss the first group, Eastern or the Satem group. It has 4 subdivisions: Indo-Iranian, Albanian, Armenian, and Balto-Slavonic. Is it clear this far? Okay, we shall discuss Indo-Iranian. This branch, Indo-Iranian, has 2 groups, Indian and Iranian. The branch Indo-Iranian has 2 groups, Indian and Iranian. Classical Sanskrit belongs to the Indian group, and Classical Sanskrit is a later form of Vedic Sanskrit in which the Vedas were written. Vedic Sanskrit formerly held a place in India similar to that held by Latin in medieval Europe. It is still studied as a learned literary language but it has long ceased to be a spoken language. Dear students, I hope you remember the term dead language. Here, classical Sanskrit or Vedic Sanskrit can be uh, termed as a dead language because it is not used for communication purpose but not actually died because it is still studied as a learned literary language. Side by side with classical Sanskrit, there existed a large number of local dialects known as Prakrit. Languages such as Hindi, Urdu, Oriya, Bengali, Assamese, Marathi, Sindhi, Punjabi, Kashmiri, and Nepali have descended from Prakrit. Sinhalese, the chief language of Sri Lanka, though far remote from the mainland of India, is also Indian. Now let's discuss Iranian. Iranian includes modern Persian and neighboring languages such as Kurdish, Afghan or Pashto in Afghanistan, and Baluchi in Baluchistan, and also Avestan, the language of Saint Avesta. Saint Avesta is a sacred book of the Zoroastrians. Let's recall the subdivisions of the Eastern or Satem group. First one Indo Iranian, second Albanian, third Armenian, and fourth one Balto Slavonic. So far, we have discussed Indo Iranian, then we are going to the next one, and that is Albanian. Please note, Albanian is a language of ancient Illyria. It is spoken northwest of Greece on the eastern coast of the Adriatic. It is of little importance except to philologists. Yes, philology is more commonly defined as a study of literary text as well as oral and written records, the establishment of their authenticity and their original form and the determination of their meaning. And a person who pursues this kind of study is known as a philologist. Or simply, we can say the study of human speech, especially as the vehicle of literature, is known as philology. Next, Armenian. Armenian is heard in a small area south of the Caucasus Mountains and the eastern end of the Black Sea. There is considerable Armenian literature, chiefly historical and theological. And finally, Balto Slavonic. Balto Slavonic falls into two groups, Baltic and Slavonic. Baltic comprising languages such as Old Prussian, Lithuanian and Lettish. Then Lithuanian, it is important because it is a very conservative by nature and has preserved some of the Indo European features which has disappeared from the other languages. Then Slavonic, it comprising Russian, Bulgarian, Serbian, Czech and Polish. My dear students, with this we conclude the section Eastern Group. My dear students, I hope you understand this lecture and please draw a diagram. It will help you comprehend the Indo European family, its broad classification into two, that is Satem and Satem, and its subdivisions. Please write a short note on Satem or Eastern group of the Indo European family, the Indo European language family, as your assignment. Thank you.